first off, who is your rookie of the year in the NBA? Just quick before we begin, I think we're going to be talking a little bit about the playoffs in this, using it when the real NBA rookie of the year comes out. They're only taking into account the regular season. We will be taking into account both. So it's not who we think will actually win, but if we had to give the best rookie, this is what we'll give. David, what are you thinking?
Obviously, the top of the debate, we've got Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons. Want to give an honorable mention to Jason Tatum because the kid's been doing a great job, especially through the playoffs, carrying that team, helping carry that team around. Donovan Mitchell is going to be my rookie of the year because no one was expecting this team to be a playoff team. Everyone was expecting this was probably going to be a down year. Maybe they should look for a lottery pick. They lost Gordon Hayward. Well, maybe not lottery pick. They had Rudy Gobert, but they were like, we don't have our guy anymore. But Ricky Rubio is giving them some returns, but Donovan Mitchell is their number one scorer. He's averaging 20.5 points a game, 3.7 rebounds, 3.7 assists, a steal and a half, and 0.3 blocks, and 2.7 turnovers a game. Made the Utah Jazz the fifth in the West when they were not expecting to make the playoffs. 80% free throw percentage, 34% from three, 43.7% from the floor, and he was this year's dunk champion. He's the number one scoring option for that team. I have to give Rookie of the Year to Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it is also Donovan Mitchell. I don't think you're going to really look at the stats and give it to Donovan Mitchell with Ben Simmons, right? 16 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists per game in the regular season. That's tough to match. He's almost averaging a triple-double. Donovan, only 20.5 points, close to 4 assists and 4 rebounds per game. But I think the difference becomes in the playoffs. Both teams saw their success early. You had Utah was able to beat OKC in 6, and you saw Philly handle Miami. But it sort of flip-flopped in the next round. Houston sort of taking control over Utah, but Utah was still able to get that one win. Ben Simmons had that horrible playoff game where he had 1 point, and they're looking at a sweep with the Boston Celtics Game 4, which is right around the corner tomorrow night. But there's two main things. Donovan Mitchell has been the number one guy, like David has said, in the playoffs, in the Western Conference, right? He's not playing Eastern Conference opponents. He's not playing Miami, right? Just look at the difference here. In the first round, Donovan Mitchell had to go up against Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, Paul George, Steven Adams, right? If you look at Ben Simmons, he had to go up against Miami. He also has the help of Joel Embiid and a little bit better of a supporting cast.
In defense of Ben Simmons, just to give us a recap of, all that he's done. He was, as Ryan said, averaging 15.8 points a game, 8.1 rebounds, 8.2 assists a game, 1.7 steals, and almost an entire block a game. And he shot 56% from free throw, but he shot 55% from the field. But when Joel Embiid went down with that injury, they were in the middle of what would become a 17-game win streak. And without Joel Embiid, they went 9-0. However, 13 of those teams were not playoff teams. Ben Simmons is not a rookie. We can say he is a rookie because he didn't play a game his rookie year. He's not a rookie. He's had NBA-level talent, coaches around him for an entire season. While he was hurt, they gave him a full rest time. The guy's been doing workouts. If he can just get a jump shot, he's going to be LeBron 2.0. Watching him go for a dunk, he damn well looks like LeBron when he goes for that tomahawk. But Ben Simmons can't score from anywhere outside of 10 feet. I feel like he's not the number one scoring option, and he has that crutch in Joel Embiid. I have to go with Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think tougher schedule with Donovan Mitchell and having to carry more of his team, also being an actual first year out of college, unlike Ben Simmons. There's also one thing I sort of want to touch on that you're sort of seeing, which is interesting. It's not really Simmons versus Mitchell, but it's more just rookies against the NBA. And it's interesting what you see is Mitchell really, he's been averaging almost 25 points per game in the playoffs, but against the Rockets, top-tier competition. They play the Rockets tonight. Obviously, when this is posted, this will be after the game. We don't know what's happened. You guys will. But Donovan Mitchell, only 21 points, 17 points, and 10 points against Houston. You saw him go off against OKC, a little bit lower level of competition, whereas Ben Simmons against a high-level team, high-caliber team, 18 points, 1 point, 16 points. So their production is going down. I think you're really seeing how tough it is to be in the NBA playoffs as a rookie and perform well. And I also think that's why you have to appreciate what Ben Simmons and what Donovan Mitchell did earlier, which is just so amazing how there was almost no drop-off between the regular season and the playoffs. You saw Mitchell 4 points per game more. It's amazing what these guys are doing.
I think we're going to look back on these rookies as one of the better draft classes we've had in a long time. I mean, Jason Tatum. I'm a Lakers fan, but man, Jason Tatum, he is so good. That was an excellent pick.
And you still got Lonzo, could turn into something pretty well, but
Lonzo needs to work on his body, and then Markelle Fultz needs to get over this voodoo curse that he has on his jump shot.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of who wins, those two guys, incredible to watch. What they're doing, absolutely amazing.